Hello everyone, and welcome to Dice Roll, the queerest Pathfinder podcast on the planet, where it's the hard questions like, do older lycanthropes worry about their male pattern baldness spreading to their hybrid forms?
Ooh, bald werewolf. Ooh, that's a good thought.
Bald wolf.
Bald wolf.
Do
you think if bald werewolf would see one of those like commercials for like Bonsley and be like, oh, finally.
Do animals... Okay. Does male pattern baldness...
Are you looking this up on the fucking werewolf forums?
Animals.
Oh.
Okay. So, okay. Now this is fascinating. Only a few animals experience baldness, right?
Dogs.
Dogs. Dachshunds and greyhounds specifically.
I've had a dog go bald on its butt.
Would an aging werewolf go bald on its butt?
It could, because
Probably.
dogs can go bald for like a multitude of reasons. Whether it's like scratching or like gnawing at that part of its body, like it'll just like take all the hair out. Or it just gets fucking old.
Man, that's actually really... I feel sad about this old werewolf who's like no longer the scary creature he once was. He's got a bald ass.
He's still scary, he's bald.
Not
He needs to wear pants.
He'll transform. He's like, give me a second, guys. Now we're good to go.
Or it'll be just like the usual like werewolf transformations where he's like a dude wearing like clothes and then somehow his pants like magically stretch with him.
Yeah.
The Hulk style.
Oh god.
Actually, the idea of an aging, like, balding man turning into a werewolf is just also extremely funny. So he's just ruined from the get-go. Would we like to play some Pathfinder?
Oh yeah.
Only if I could be a balding werewolf.
You know, Ritz, that's campaign 4.
Oh my god.
Okay. Previously in Fists of the Ruby Phoenix, the heroes of the Radiant Winds made their way to the City of Wonders, Goka, preparing for the Ruby Phoenix tournament starting in 2 weeks. But it's all not just fists and fury. They need to impress a group of sponsors, powerful aristocrats and tycoons, who will pay for the fighting team's time in the tournament, as well as gift them with many magnificent items. On their first day, they encountered family members and friends who were here to support them, dined with the sponsors, and made their way to their temporary home of the Ruby Village. However, next day disaster struck when they made their way to the In The Aerie, a towering pagoda full of racing drakes, only to find that several of the racing drakes were teaming up to antagonize an equally antagonistic team of Winter's Roar, dragon-slaying Vikings from the land of the Linorm Kings. Our heroes tried to intervene peacefully, only to have the dragons turn on them, with no sponsors to save them in sight. It's 12 dragons versus 2 teams, and we're gonna hop right in and say roll initiative, because trouble at the Aerie indeed. You guys are facing off against 6 Drake coursers.
Fuck.
How's everyone doing as these dragons kind of like jump you?
Annoyed is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah, Chuchi's fucking pissed.
A little stressed. A little.
I can imagine. Well, everyone, I want you all to roll initiative because, you know, you can chew out Winter's Roar when they're not in danger of being killed.
36.
Oh my god, 27.
Well, you're not last in order. That's a 23 for the Drake coursers. Jesus, that is a terrible roll. Alright, so, top of the order, Chuji, 6 Drake coursers. Blue frost drakes with sharp fangs, long horns, and instead of forearms, long bat-like wings, snarl as they approach, ready to attack and kill you for a simple, honestly, what started off as just a rude argument. You can see the other 6 drakes are jumping at Winter's Roar at the back of this open-air balcony. This whole floor of the arena opens up into the air. And you can see that the Vikings are battling against them, most notably Lady Sigrid Beale, the orc queen, has manifested a mage hand arm to replace her missing one, and she's swinging around an axe that is like glistening with ice energy. Also, those drakes are going to kill you as well. What do you do?
Honestly, Chuji's tempted to just let the fucking team get their shit kicked in.
They did threaten to kill Sanctuary.
Well, yeah.
they are going for you, dude. You can try to just restrain them if you like, but they are going for you.
Which one's the one that threatened Sanku?
It is the one closest to him. Over here, to the north. It's currently snapping its jaws at Sanku, like, going for him.
Chuji's gonna fucking enter Stoked Flame Stance.
Okay.
They are going to step towards that Drake, and 2 action 1-inch punch.
Okay. You like kind of like from the Drake's point of view, he's going down on Sanku, and then suddenly, boom! Chuji intercepts and gets a... What is that? 35? That is a hit. Roll damage.
Yeah. 22 damage.
Very, very nice. Chuji, you deck this Drake in the face, and you are now protecting Sanku from it, and it stumbles back, and it shakes its head and turns and looks at you, and it kind of like snaps at you and hisses and says, "You'll do just as well. You'll do just as well as a meal, friend." He hisses.
Fuck off.
Is that your turn, Chuji?
Yeah.
Okay. Sanku, it is your turn. Chuji has thankfully protected you from this Drake, but there are 5 others who are all going to jump you all. What do?
I'm gonna cast Burning Blossoms.
Okay, and what's Burning Blossoms do?
An intangible hollow tree sprouts from the ground and grows to towering height, radiating a fiery passion and fascinating viewers. The base of the tree takes up a single square and grows 100 feet upwards, which is definitely not possible. But its branches extend 30 feet outwards, forming the spell's cylindrical area. The tree then blossoms, growing delicate white flowers that burn with white-hot fire.
Holy shit.
As the tree's branches gently rustle in the wind, flower petals drift to the ground in a shower of flame. Any creature that ends its turn under the tree's branches takes 66 fire damage from the burning petals. Any enemy that can see the tree, even if the enemy is outside the spell's area, must attempt a will save. This is an emotion, mental, and visual effect. Creatures fascinated with the tree must use at least one of their actions on each of their turns to move towards the tree.
Okay. Fascinating. So not only will it do damage, it'll fascinate people who can see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cast this, and which drakes are caught in the area? I think it might be all of them.
It's all of them.
Okay, it's all of them. So every single one of them is going to... Oh my god, what? There's no save on the damage?
If you're under it, there's really
Oh my god. Now, this will affect Masami, Chuji, and yourself as well. You'll take the same damage as the drakes, I'll say at the end of the round. But I will say that damage is going to hurt them more than you because, surprise, you have more HP than these creatures by a considerable amount. And they're all going to need to make a will save to see if they're fascinated by the tree.
Yeah, I need a will save.
Okay. That is going to be a 32.
32? Fail.
Oh my god, every single one of these motherfuckers is fascinated.
The creature is fascinated with the tree until the end of its next turn.
What the fuck?
It's a level 8 spell, yeah.
That's so strong! Mm-hmm. And on top of that, they're all going to take fire damage as the petals of this giant tree come down and start, raining down on you. Like, glowing red fire dropping from the sky. And it is hauntingly beautiful to look at, and the drakes can't keep their eyes off as this massive tree kind of sprouts from thin air and fills up the Aerie.
Yep.
Holy shit! Okay. Every single one of the drakes looks away from Winter's Roar and you guys, and looks up at this tree, which means that on their next turn, they can't use any actions with the Concentrate trait unless they have to do with the tree. So, like, they can still attack, but they cannot do anything mental unless it has to do with the tree. So, like, basically, as they're fighting Winter's Roar, they're, like, looking over their shoulders and hissing and looking up.
So that was my whole turn.
Okay, well, Sanku, you do that, and Lolo says, "Well done, Sanku! You've thoroughly fascinated the targets!"
I did.
The dragons hiss and roar, all of them looking at you and at the fucking tree. And that is going to be your turn. Masami, it is your turn. Jesus Christ. If you attack a creature who is fascinated, I believe that ends the fascinated condition. But, like, everyone is fascinated, so it's fine to choose one that you're like, this one I'll take on.
Also, I'm pretty sure if the fascination ends, they still have to
take the fire damage. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even if the fascination ends, what if they can't move?
You're scaring me.
I should. Black tentacles.
I shake my finger at you. I'm gripping my... Okay, that's fine.
I don't think it's fine. I think Derry's sad that he's not going to be able to...
So, we've seen Black Tentacles very recently. Can you remind me what it does?
Oily black tentacles rise up and attempt to capture creatures in the area. Make spell attack rolls against the Fortitude DC of each creature in the area. Any creature you succeed against is grabbed and takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage. Whenever a creature ends its turn in the area, the tentacles attempt to grab the creature if they haven't already, and they deal 1d6 bludgeoning damage to any creature already grabbed.
Fuck.
So if they stay in, it's consistent bludgeoning damage.
Jesus. Okay.
And they have to make an escape DC equal to my spell DC each time they try to make an escape.
That's fucking insane. Alright. Are you going to a spell strike, or are you just casting it in an area?
They're just gonna cast it in an area right now,
Okay.
and they kind of want to go with like the most dragons, so that way it's the most dragons that they don't have to worry about. So,
Okay.
right here, they're gonna go for the 3 dragons that aren't currently being occupied, the 3 at their south.
Okay, so not the ones next to you, Chuji and Sanku, the ones who are at the south end who are running up towards you and then stop to look at this cool tree.
Yep.
Okay, and you have to make a spell attack roll against their AC?
Against their 42 DC.
Okay, go for it.
Alright. Attack. 42.
Holy shit, critical hit.
So they're grabbed.
Yeah, they're all grabbed, and they're going to take immediately 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
13.
Okay, so I'm going to say 26 because they did crit fail, or you did crit success. So it's going to be 26 bludgeoning damage to each of them as these black tentacles kind of erupt from the ground beneath them and drag at them and pull them down. And the drakes roar in distress. And they are going to continue taking 1d6 bludgeoning damage anytime they end their turn in the area, which is wild. These poor fucking bastards. Okay. How many actions is that?
That was all 3 of my actions. That is my turn.
Okay. Masami, you have added tentacles to this fiery mix, and that is your turn. It is now the
Can
Drake...
I add that they are also oil?
They're oily and black.
Yeah, they're oily black tentacles is what it says in the text.
Gross.
Oh my god.
I'm going to give them...
Fire!
I'm going to give them, because that's very clever, I'm going to give them 5 weakness to fire damage.
KK, you are so sexy.
Alright, now, Sanku, as the Drake's turn starts, I think now is as good a time as any for you to roll fire damage for everyone on the field.
29.
So these burning petals, they kind of like drift to the floor from the sky above, burning into everyone. But you can see, like, you guys are fine. Winter's Roar are fine. The Drakes have considerably less HP. Their strength is in numbers, not in health, you know. And they like roar out in agony as these petals start scalding their skin from the outside. And then the tree who are being held by black tentacles take an extra 5 damage because that was very clever. each of them looks up at the tree, and like as they're doing other stuff, but like they're like bucking their heads and flapping their wings, and they all say, "The tree! The tree!" And now they can't do anything with the concentrate trait because they're looking at this tree. One of the drakes, the one that was closest to you originally, Sanku, but then Chuji jumped in. It hisses at you, Chuji, and it's going to say, "How dare you get in my way? How about you?" And it's going to spit a ball of liquid at you.
Ew.
And it
really
explodes.
gross.
And it is a massive blast of cold damage. So you guys need to make me a reflex save, please.
Everybody?
36.
Ooh.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's fine, but fucking hero point.
Yeah, you're gonna hero point? Yeah, you did get a nat 1, so not great.
Better, 42.
That's actually a crit success. Masami, how do you, as this ball of like liquid hits Chuji and would have hit Chuji,
Yeah.
because Chuji's path to perfection means crit success. Chuji ducks out of the way of this ball. It still hits the floor and explodes, but Chuji's like tumble rolling forward. You are about to like also be hit point blank by this thing, I think. But with that hero point, how do you turn it into a crit success?
I think they lose their footing just a little bit and almost like duck into it. But I think they kick themselves off the ground and kind of spin out of the way.
That's very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So you and Chuji will take no damage from this, but Sanku, you're going to unfortunately fail, and you're going to take 50 cold damage.
Oh dear.
Oh, I actually take 45.
Oh, do you have a resistance?
Yeah, I have a resistance to cold damage.
Sanku, as this ball of cold whatever explodes in your face, your undying blood pumps through, and you are not as cold as you could be. So you take 45 damage.
Yeah.
It's still pretty bad.
I'm still pretty cold.
Yeah. And it roars, and it's going to just bite at you, Chuji, now.
Okay.
That is going to be a 28 to hit.
That's rough, man. That's a fail.
Yeah, okay.
It's just one off from being a crit fail.
What I will say, however, is as this weird liquid kind of drenches the area you're all in, the floor around it kind of freezes over like it's dry ice. It's like dry ice kind of on the floor everywhere. And the ground here is going to be difficult terrain for 2d4 rounds. That's 3 rounds.
I'm just trying to find the actual scientific fucking word for it.
Yeah, it's something or other. I would have once known this, but unfortunately I turned gay and forgot all my science.
Same. I was gonna be a chem engineer.
That's so crazy to me.
The Drake Courser that was most to the north rushes forward, and it's going to battle dance, actually. It's going to make 2 fang strikes and 1 tail strike. So, Chuji, first one, 25.
Crit fail.
Shit! Awkward attack. It is flat-footed until the end of its next turn. So I think as it's, like, swinging up to you and, like, moving all weird-like, you kind of dodge out of the way, and it is stumbling a bit. It's no longer on the heels of its feet. It's kind of like, yeah, literally flat-footed. And it roars and tries again. That is a 27.
That's a crit fail.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
And now it's fatigued because it's partying too hard. Okay.
AC's 37, man.
What the fuck? Why do you have such a high AC?
Because I fuck.
Okay. Last attack, it's going to try a tail strike. 29.
Well, it's just a fail.
So it's not like drakes are completely incompetent. This is a dangerous, powerful predator. But as it's rushing up to you, flapping its wings, snapping its fangs, and slamming it at your tail, you are just like expertly like block, dodge, block, parry, punch, you know? It's, like I said, it is not a completely incompetent creature. It's extremely dangerous. But you are more dangerous. The one also next to you, Masami, to the north, hisses, and it's just going to try smack you with its tail. That's a 16!
Wow.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I accidentally clicked minus 10. That's a 26.
Okay. Either way, that's a crit fail.
Overextended. You trigger reactions as if you had used a move action. God fucking damn it.
Lol, which one is this one?
It's the one to the north, east. No, the northwest.
Northwest, okay. Okay. 37, apparently it's a hit.
Yep, 37 is indeed a hit by quite an amount. Roll damage.
23 damage.
Okay, 23 damage to the Drake Courser. It roars out. It it swings its tail towards you. You duck under it and then lunge forward and slash at it with your sword. It is not looking great. Now it's going to try again, snarling and hit you with its tail again.
I'm sure you already know.
21 is a crit fail.
Is a crit fail, yep.
It slams its tail into the ground, and it's going to take 64 damage as it roars out in pain, because it hit too hard. That is 15 bludgeoning damage. This drake is looking poorly. All three of the drakes to the south are going to try to escape. That is going to be... not one!
Uh-huh.
Well... I guess the tentacles are fighting back. I'm gonna let you roll 3d6 bludgeoning damage again.
12.
Okay, each of them, as they're struggling with these black tentacles, continue to take extra damage from it. They roar, and I guess they're gonna try again. 31 against your spell DC?
Yep, nope, fail.
Shit, okay, one last time. Okay, not 20.
Okay, not 20.
They all
Yep.
get the fuck out. And I think with their not 20, they each, kind of jump out of the area of effect.
Okay.
So they're all no longer grabbed. I think you see them struggling for a hot minute with the fire and everything, or with the tentacles and the fire and the whatever. But eventually they all push through, and they are snarling and roaring, and still a little bit distracted by the fucking great burning coral tree. And that is going to be their turn. They're going to need to make another will save. So that's going to be Sanku against your spell DC 30.
I'm pretty sure that is a fail. That's a fail.
Okay, they're all still fascinated.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chuji, it is your turn. You are in the middle of a frozen pool from the nitrogen whatever motherfuck that got splattered at you.
So true.
And there are drakes on all sides. What do you do?
It's a good question.
I think as you're fighting, you can see that the Winter's Roar are fighting really valiantly against these drakes. Even if you're kind of pissed at them, you have to admit, they're pretty fucking cool.
Kind of is an understatement, but yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do Blazing Streak this turn.
Okay, you're gonna run
it's gonna take up my whole turn.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit the 4 nearest drakes.
Okay, cool. Sure. Well, hit the 2 closest to you and then start running. As you spin dash your way into all of them.
Nice.
Yo.
This is going to not go well for me.
So that's a 44 for the first one.
Critical success.
That's gonna be 28 times 2 towards
Okay.
the first one.
56. Very respectable.
Second one. 35.
Also a hit.
That's 32 damage for this one.
Okay.
a hit.
Now, Chuji, as you hit these two, and then you start dashing, embers trailing behind you as you run. However, these guys are all going to roll with an attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
Each of them start gnashing at you as you run. So the first one is going to make a nat 20.
Oh my.
So it does
Okay.
actually bite into you as you're running. Which is going to be double of 37. What? They
How?
barely ever hit, but when they hit, oh my god.
Alright, that's 74 damage.
Jesus, right off the
okay.
bat.
The next one lunges at you and bites you as well. 28.
Just a fail.
Okay, you can keep running.
Alright. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
Third
dash past
hit.
them through the flames.
31.
That is a hit.
That's 30 damage to this one over here. Strike again. Does it get another attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So he's gonna do his best to bite at you as you run. 30 to hit.
Fuck you.
Okay, you streak forward. Chop, 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 chop. Two of the drakes, oh no!
Last hit's in that 20!
This is the one that was getting fucking wailed on by luck. So,
Yeah.
I don't know how this is gonna go for this boy.
Okay, so that's a 48 to hit, not 20. You get a crit card. What is this? This is slashing damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, oh no. Hack and slash. Triple damage, and the target's flat-footed.
Oh, is he?
Hey, Chuji, how does this crit land?
Really, really rough for him. That's for sure. Chuji hits those first two. They like dash a little bit, kind of slash at the other, and then literally all of the energy from them moving around and how many hits they've landed up till now goes into the last one, and it's like an explosion.
Yeah, okay, so you like straight up like explode punch this dude. Sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll me damage, and this will be tripled?
Yeah, I do.
Triple damage, goddamn.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh,
42 times 3.
do you want to know how much damage you just did?
How much damage is that?
Like, yeah, 126 damage.
126 damage.
Yeah, okay, so, he's down.
Immediately.
I don't think he's not dead, but he is KO. You know, KO! As you fucking bomb and punch him into the floor wall, and he kind of lands in the wall when impact, and he just, like, kind of lands limply. The dragons are not looking good, you'll be surprised to hear.
I want to add that up, hold on. That was 244 damage.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, Chuji, you kind of pose, and... Do you want to make a perception check?
Yeah. It's not great. 29.
Yeah, okay, you're, like, in the middle of battle. Maybe you're going nuts. You swear you hear someone go, You didn't know what the fuck. You didn't know what that is. But you heard that.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you should get your ears checked out. Maybe too many explosions are starting to affect your cochleas.
My what?
Your cochleas.
My what? My what?
Your cochlea.
Cock, Leah.
My cock?
Anyway. Chuji, that is your turn, holy shit. How you feeling, bud?
Pretty good. Chuji feels really good. Really powerful right now. They're kind of getting their anger out.
I think Kelpashar, the trident-wielding champion, who is fending off a drake, catches your eye and looks generally very impressed. Real recognize real. Sanku, it's your turn.
Shut up.
Jesus.
Everything... Chuji just, like, dashed like that through the ice. The difficult terrain wasn't in effect, but Chuji's busted its move speed, so it didn't even matter. You are in the middle of an icy pool. It's raining fire. There's tentacles vibing out to the bottom of the side of the map. What do you do?
I take a 5-foot step back because I am right next to something.
Ah, yes. Because if you cast next to the drake who's currently on your ass, he'd fucking eat you. With an attack of opportunity.
And I'm not letting that happen. So I take a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Fireball Scattered Fire.
Okay.
I'm going to make it so that this guy to the left of me gets hit, and then both of these guys to the right of me get hit.
Okay. So the one who is battling it out right now with Masami, who had originally been going for you, but yeah, he's safe, but all the other drakes aren't. Well, there's still another one to the very, very south, but he's very far away from you.
I'm gonna need a reflex save.
Okay, well, let's see.
Youch.
Nat 1. I rolled a nat 1 for the drake's reflex saves. Roll damage. And we'll double it.
36 damage.
Times 2, 72 damage. Okay, well, Sanku, as these fireworks erupt from your staff, it is popping into these guys. They are in serious pain. And the one who was closest to you, the one who was in attack of opportunity range, is knocked flying by all this, and he is KO! The other two are in extremely poor condition. They're not gonna survive another solid punch like that.
Well, it's just a little bit too bad that their turns are coming up.
Yeah, oh no. Lolo's on your shoulder, Sanku, and he says, "Well done, Sanku! I'm very proud of you. You're really showing these inferior drakes who's boss."
Oh my.
Thank you.
Cool little old man.
Masami, it's your turn. Holy shit. So you can see by now that most of the drakes who are fighting Winter's Roar are down, and a good chunk of the ones that you are fighting are on their last legs. What the fuck do you do? Because... yikes.
Well, they are going to go into Arcane Cascade.
Okay. Whoop, you're in Arcane Cascade. What kind?
Bludgeoning, considering black tentacles.
Uh-huh.
I think there's also a different flavor of bludgeoning. There's I think their shadow is kind of mimicking the black tentacles.
Ooh! Oh my god, wait, is it your tails? Do they look like tentacles?
Yes, they still have their they still only have twin tails, but their shadow shows how many tails they actually have.
Ooh, okay, very cool. Masami, you have 2 actions left. What do you do?
Spell Strike Electric Arc.
Okay, oh shit, there's 2 of them right next to each other. You jinkies. Okay, go for it.
Attack against the Drake is a 33.
That's a hit, roll damage.
And that is it, 17 damage. Okay,
now roll that electric arc damage.
That is 20 damage.
Okay, lightning explodes into this motherfucker. He's badly injured. The one next to him has to make a reflex save.
Yep.
38, he just about succeeds.
Yeah.
So he will take 10 damage. And is that your turn, Masami?
Yeah, that's our turn.
Okay. Well, it is unfortunately the Drake's turn. And the reason that's unfortunate is they're all going to take 66 fire damage now. Sanku, will you roll that for me, please?
26.
26 damage. Okay, Sanku. As the dragons rush forward, fire rains from the sky, and like the extinction of the dinosaurs, one by one, they stumble down. And they are all KO! And you guys all have a moment to watch, because your drakes are all down. You guys have a few actions to or a few moments to kind of watch as Winter's Roar dispatches the last ones. Trough Frostknuckles, the bugbear brawler, basically jumps forward and ground pounds one of their heads into the floor. Kelpashar is stabbing at one of them with his trident, and they kind of pull back and say, "By the power of Gozra!" And lightning arcs from the outside of the balcony from the sky into one of the drakes. Bjorn Ramel stumbles back a few times, raising their hands and casting winter magic on one of them. And finally, Sigrid Biel rushes forward and slashes into one of them with her massive axe. And it stumbles to the floor, and they are all KO. And you are left with Winter's Roar and a pile of unconscious drakes.
Are you happy? Did you learn the secrets? Yeah, hey. Judy steps forward over a fucking unconscious Drake.
Yeah, you're have to step up to get past him.
The fuck was that?
Most of the fighters look at you kind of almost a little meekly, hey, sorry man. Lady Sigrid Biel steps forward and says, "We finish what was started.
That didn't have to start in the first place, as Masami just
Yeah?
strides over, like, look, I get it, okay? I understand what you were trying to do, kind of, to a certain degree, but this is a place of dragons, and the people here in Goka really appreciate and love their dragons. You do not just ask some random drake what their weakness is when you just meet them.
Bjorn puts up hands and says, I would like to point out that they did actually approach us and start the arguments in the first place. We were just,
Masami shoots them a look.
Alright.
So you thought the next best course of action was to ask their fucking weakness?
We were asking about, and I think as this is happening, you hear,
Oh, fuck.
well, it's not a guard.
Oh?
It's someone stepping out from literally thin air, just appearing. All of you have seen the invisibility spell being dispelled enough times now to realize that perhaps that someone invisible had been just watching you. And that someone is Lady Kyumai. And to her left is General Kasohida, and to her right is Lady Malaiko Tao. Lady Q steps forward and she smiles and says, well, everyone, we got exactly what we were hoping for.
Wait,
Okay.
was that why you gave me the non-answer?
Ugh.
She smiles a little meekly, and she pats one of the drakes, who then just gets up. And he shakes his head a little bit and grumbles. And Lady Q says, yes, well, thank you very much for indulging us. Essentially, yes, Winter's Roar here are not entirely incorrect, although they did aggravate the situation. And General Hida steps forward, and he smiles and says, these drakes were all requested to start a fight with any patrons of the Ruby Phoenix tournament who visited today, with the intent of giving us a in-person look at how you solve problems. And I have to say, I'm very impressed by the tenacity with which Winter's Roar performed. And Lady Tao, the Arcanist, she nods and says, yes, perhaps, but I am quite impressed by how the Radiant Winds tried to stop the situation from coming to blows in the first place. A most admirable trait. And Lady Q, again smiling a little sheepishly as you all, says, I hope you'll forgive me for the deception, but, well, the drakes do love to fight, and I felt perhaps this would be an excellent way to see what you're all made of. And I think that perhaps we've learned from that. And she kind of waves a hand to the drakes, and a kind of healing magic comes out of it. And the drakes slowly get up. And one of them next to you, Sanku, hisses and says, apologies for comparing you to fish and chips. Though I do not retract the statement.
It's kind of offensive.
He just snarls a little bit and wanders back into, towards the walls, licking their wounds. Winter's Roar kind of smiles sheepishly at you. They can tell that they've impressed General Hida, but neither Q or Malaiko are, neither Q nor Tao are, crazy content with them right now. And certainly, neither are you guys.
Yeah.
But you, for attempting to stop the situation, and then, when the situation was beyond stopping, fighting like fucking badasses, have earned respect of all of them. And Lady Q says, if you'd all like, we can make our way to the top of the pagoda. There is a little cafe there. I'd love to ask you more questions about how I'm very interested by all of your tactics during that fight. The Blazing Streak Masters Shi, the Black Tentacles Master Takahara, and of course, that tree, Mr. Witch Prince.
I think Masami's tails kind of perk up at the mere mention of a cafe. They're like, oh?
Are they a cafe fan?
Yes, of course they are.
Well, you want to go to the world's most exclusive dragon cafe, I guess?
Fuck yeah, are you kidding me?
The three of you are led to the 10th floor of the pagoda. And accompanying you are, of course, Winter's Roar, who almost seem a little bit embarrassed now that the haze is coming off of them. Now that they have time to think about, hey, did we just do that? Ah, shit, man, we just did that. So you all have gained a round of influence. You have you each have, I think this will take about an hour in the day to influence or discover information about any of the three patrons. Like I said, all of you very much so impressed each of them. There are ways you could have only impressed one, which, Winter's Roar did, but you managed to tick all the boxes for each of them.
Cool.
So if you want to, as we all know, Sanku and Lady Q are besties when it comes to talking about dragons.
They're besties for life.
And dragon lore will continue to impress Lady Q at every opportunity. However, Masami, you know from having gossiped with Liang Shen about Castle Hida, that to impress Hida, you're going to want to use either warfare lore, athletics, diplomacy, deception, or intimidation to talk tactics.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, nobody knows much about Lady Tao, so if someone wanted to discover stuff about her, you could probably do so with Academia lore, Goka lore, Arcana, Society, or Perception. Or, as always, you can kind of make guesses. She's a wizard, so what kind of stuff would a wizard be into? You can kind of make stuff up and shoot the shit and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I will say, as you get to this beautiful fucking cafe, it seems to be, made specifically for nobility. After a good day's riding drakes around the city, this is where the richest of the rich go, And it has one hell of a fucking view. What do you guys all do?
I think Masami might try to gain influence points with Kasahira, because the tactics is kind of their thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you can make your way up to him and discuss. What skill are you going to use?
They're probably going to use Deception.
Okay, go for it. Make me that roll. So, as you are all sitting around this cafe and discussing, it's like a round table. It's not like no one else can take part of this conversation. But I think as you're all eating these little cakes, Kazuhida turns to you at one point, Masami, and says, so, what was your rationale behind using the black tentacles to capture the lower drakes? I'm very interested in hearing more.
Well, there is one thing to be said about strength in numbers, where they had 6 and we had half their number. It's much easier to apprehend some so you can focus on others, rather than split your attention between many and risk leaving an opening.
Who taught you how to do tactics? That's the kind of talk that someone who has been very well versed in the art of warfare. I like that.
My dad, actually. He taught me everything that I know and he taught me everything that I know and gave me a bunch of books on it.
Would I be wrong in guessing that you are especially a street level combatant?
I mean, I guess you wouldn't be.
I know the look in your eyes. I've had it myself. I'm not from a rich family like everyone else here. He kind of gestures to Lady Q and Lady Tao. He smiles and says, I got to where I was from the streets myself. So being able to see someone else who's done the same is most impressive. So you have earned 1 influence point with Kazuhida. He's very impressed by you.
Okay.
Sanku and Chuji, what are you guys thinking?
I think I'm gonna let Tiku keep dragon dumping and go for Lady Tao.
Chuji, what are you gonna do?
Talk to Lady Malika Tao.
Mm-hmm.
Malika Tao? Yeah.
Yes. Lady Malika.
Lady Tao.
Lady Tao, yes. So are you going to hazard a guess of things she's interested in, or do you want to play it safe and discover?
I'm gonna play it safe and discovered so I don't make a fucking idiot out of myself.
Okay. Do you want to roll perception?
Yeah. I hope that's not in that one.
It's a very good roll, is what I'll say. In fact, I think that's a crit success.
Damn.
Which means I'll let you try to influence her, like for free.
Okay.
So I think what happens is, Chuji, you're watching her have a conversation with Winter's Roar. And she's kind of like speaking to them, and she says, so you yourselves are opponents of Linorm's, correct? And Kelpashar nods and says, yes, it is our quest to give Lady Beale here the opportunity to slay a Linorm in one-on-one combat. And Lady Tao raises an eyebrow, and she seems to be a little bit hesitant about that. She says, Linorms are not creatures that a single person can easily take on their own, are they? I have to imagine that that's not a task that many people would ever dare try. And she's saying that almost like, not accusatorily, but more of like, you fucking sure? And Lady Beale, she was like mad back there, but she is like back to being perfectly calm now. And she kind of bows her head and says, Lady Tao, I want to apologize for my rashness before, but you must understand, our relationship with dragons in our culture is very, very different to yours. I meant no disrespect in my treatment of the Drakes, even though ultimately it was with disrespect that I treated them, and for that I am sorry. But you must understand, from where we come from, our homeland, Linorms are a powerful threat. Within our nation resides the father of all Linorms, Fafnir. He is a constant and dangerous threat to our homelands. And anyone who is able to slay a Linorm in single combat earns a kingdom. The reason that we reacted in the way that we did to the Drakes was because the dragons that we have for so long interacted with are dragons that intend on pushing us out of house and home. And at the same time, slaying one will earn us a kingdom for which I can create a home for those without one. However, my actions here were inappropriate, and I must apologize sincerely. I think Lady Tao strokes her chin a little bit before smiling and saying, I knew that Lady Hao Jin would not make a mistake by asking brutes to come to this place. Your reasoning, while different to what we are used to, is still a just one. I apologize for having these drakes goaded into fighting you. Now, Chuji, where your critical success comes in,
Yeah.
the way she said, Lady Hao Jin, you know that voice. It's one you have. This is a secret Ruby Phoenix superfan. She is, like, once she heard the story of these people, and she was like, of course. Hao Jin, in no world, would make a mistake by bringing on the wrong people. She's Hao Jin, of course.
Uh-huh.
So you can tell that any displays of powerful healing or fire magic, reminiscent of the Ruby Phoenix's own magic, will get ecstatic cheers from her. That gasp you heard, that was her.
Oh my god.
So I will.
Okay.
That's your crit success. I will let you influence her now if you so choose.
Perfect.
You can use Arcana, Diplomacy, Deception, Society, or Intimidation.
Has she finished talking to Winter's
Yes.
Roar? Okay. I think if I used Arcana, would I be able to, like, talk to her about an item I have?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. I think Chuji had been, like, kind of snooping for that whole conversation. Kind of just, like, there, like, nodding along. And once she's kind of done talking to them, and they've started, like, talking amongst themselves, Chuji, after having putting one and one together, Chuji's like, hi?
Ah, yes. Master Shi, correct?
Yeah, Chuji. You can call me Chuji.
Are you any relation to Miss Shi Li Hua?
Oh, funny that you ask. That's actually my mom.
Oh my, I was not aware that she had a child.
It's not important. Well, I mean, I am. Wait, hold on.
Oof.
She smiles and says, yes, the Five Pillars Academy often collaborates with the Grand Goka Museum for exhibits of magical relics.
Yeah, I know you guys. I actually helped a lot with the museum when I was a kid.
Oh my.
So, you're into relics?
Yes. Well, anything having to do with magic is something I'm quite fond of. It's a passion of mine, you could say.
Oh, cool. Well, hey, you saw my hand wraps, right?
And Chuji kind of like sticks their hands up, and there's like a little bit of ember coming off of the wraps around their fists.
Yes, they're most impressive. I saw the that blazing streak you performed on the dragons, where you rushed past them all and delivered such intensely fast attacks. And oh my, it was marvelous. The last one with the explosion, I've never seen anything like it.
Actually,
They like scratch their face and they're like,
it's a little embarrassing, but my raps are actually kind of inspired by Haojin herself.
Oh, you motherfucker real fast. That is some not manipulative, I'll say, but certainly intelligently aimed. Her eyes light up and says, "Oh yes, is that so? I can definitely see how that'd be the case. Tell me more."
Oh, well, kind of being a bit of a fan of her from a young age, I got to study her a lot since, my mom's in charge of a whole museum.
You stop giggling right now.
I am in awe. I am in awe of this.
How embarrassing this is, yeah.
No, how very clever Chuji is.
Chuji kind of like fiddles with the reps, and they're like,
well, of course, fire is kind of self-explanatory. I think that Haojin's use of fire magic is really impressive, and I've always really wanted to emulate that. Her sheer amount of power is exhilarating.
Do you want to make an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Because you are... Or actually, you know what? I think I will allow you to also do, if you so chose, Ruby Phoenix lore.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Ruby Phoenix lore. I just realized my Arcana sucks. 37.
37 will succeed. Lady Tao is wholly hooked in by this conversation. So you have earned 1 influence point with her.
Nice.
Very
She spends the rest of the time talking to her, hyperfixating.
Yeah, all 3 of you are hyperfixating with Kazuhida, Shai, and Tao, respectively. Because you're all like, hey, so here's this thing I'm really interested in. And all of them are like very, very excited.
You look over at Masami for a second and you see them writing up on a napkin like, alright, so this is, you see this formation? You can easily pinpoint it here, here, and here. Those are the weak points.
I think while you're doing that, Masami, Kel looks over your shoulder and says, but what if they come from here? They kind of point. What would you do in that situation?
Masami's like, you could split off part of the infantry from both sides to focus south, depending on how many numbers are there. Or you could keep marching and try to make a blockade as fast as possible. There's going to be some sort of terrain. One thing that you need to learn is that depending on which battlefield, you have to make the terrain on your terms, not theirs.
I see. That is very well put together, Takahara. Very well put together indeed. And I think Frost Knuckles next to you just kind of cracks the knuckles. As far as I'm concerned, if you hit hard and hit hard fast enough, you'll win any fight, yes? He kind of winks, knowing that's bullshit.
I think in knowing that he's kidding, Masami actually laughs. But they were actually going to say, well...
well, actually!
Yeah, they're going to pull a well, actually.
Meanwhile, with you, Shuji, now that you're all talking about the Ruby Phoenix and magic, Bjorn is joining in with you and is like, kind of piping up. Well, actually, I was the one who suggested we go to the Ruby Phoenix tournament. And, I think she's quite the fascinating sorceress, yes? You spoke to her yourself a few times, Chuji?
Well, yeah. I mean, when we, turned in our feathers from the island, we got to talk to her. Oh, and actually, I got this, and like Chuji like pulls out the fan that their feathers were turned into.
Yeah, Bjorn grins and says, "Ah, yes, the Phoenix fighting fan. Isn't it fantastic?"
Pretty sick as fuck, yeah. And Chuji explains like how it works and like
when you take it out, you can cast Maze on someone, and it actually sends you to Haojin's personal collection, though you can't really touch anything, obviously.
We haven't used it yet because, well, we haven't had a chance to, but it's... Have you had a chance to?
Yeah, I did, actually. When we gave her a feather stir, this fucking team, you know those, like, H-pop guys? Did you ever see them?
Yes, we actually bet them resoundingly a few times. They came back for a rematch, and we bet them again.
Fucking sucks. Well, they actually attacked Haojin, believe it or not, and got her down for a second. Obviously, she came back because she's Haojin, and Haojin is fucking cool as fuck, and so cool, and so cool, and she's so cool.
Yeah, I think Lady Town Nod says she is quite the impressive woman, isn't she?
She's amazing. But while she was, away regenerating for a little bit, I sent the dude in that group, to her maze, and that was pretty cool. Really useful.
I think they're grinning. Both of them, and they're all nodding and agreeing with you. Sanku, we've had several conversations about Himashai and dragons, so we're not going to roleplay the entire thing out. Because at this point, I don't know there's much more we can say out of character. I don't know, you're talking about temporal dragons or something at this point. But,
yeah,
do you want to make your dragon lore check?
Let me find my... Here you go.
You easily get another, Oh shit, that's a crit success! She just loves being around you. She's like, this fucking guy's the best.
She has a favorite.
As you are discussing, though, you are joined in by Sigrid Beale. And she's also, like, kind of... She seems to know her stuff when it comes to dragons, you know? Like, she was caught in a rage earlier, but she is very knowledgeable on the subject. And she looks to you, Sanku, and says, our party has, in fact, fought against Linorms in the past, just not one-on-one, which is my ultimate goal, to take one down on my own. That being said, have you much experience with fighting dragons?
We fought during the championship match.
Oh, of course, yes. And Lady Q perks up and says, yes, I heard all about that, but I must ask, Sanku, aside from fighting dragons, have you ever had any more gentle interactions with dragons, other than your dear Lolo, of course? And I think that actually does catch Sigurd's attention. Yes, this little man.
He is a little man. He's my familiar, and my patron, and my ancestor.
I see. She kind of like leans forward and looks at him and says, that's a lot of things for such a small creature to be. And Lolo's like, yes, I am quite small, but not for long.
Okay, Lolo.
And Sigrid kind of smiles and says, it is nice to be close to a dragon who is less likely to attack me.
Yeah, Lolo doesn't attack people. I don't think... You don't attack people, right?
He bites onto your hand.
Okay. Wow. That was very mature.
It gets a giggle out of Q for sure.
Sanku's like, I don't know if we've specifically talked to many dragons that aren't Lolo. Have we?
Lolo shakes his head and says, alas, we have had few such encounters. Most dragons are very insular creatures, as I'm sure you're all aware, and unfortunately, many of my cousins are less than compassionate. However, if you ever did cross paths with a sea dragon, I would tell you that they would be nothing but truly kind and honest, as all sea dragons are.
Is that true? Are you sure that's true?
Sigrid kind of looks at him, and she squints for a moment before nodding and says, to my understanding, yes, sea dragons tend to be compassionate if erratic folk.
That sounds like Lolo.
He chuckles. Time passes, and you all spend like an hour having these conversations before Lady Q kind of clears her throat and says, well, everyone, I feel we have had a good long day, but our business must be met elsewhere. And she kind of stands up and smiles and says, I look forward to seeing more from all of you very soon. You all were very impressive today. And Kazuhida stands and kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, Masami, and says, I trust that we'll be in contact soon as well. It was very nice to talk to you.
Good to talk to you too, General.
Oh, please, I'm not actually a general. It's just my nickname.
Is that how that works?
The others insist on calling me it, but I'm not a lord, I'm not a duke. I own a company. That's what I do.
You know what? It's fair.
Goka doesn't have a military.
Oh, yeah.
And Lady Tao stands, and she's like, almost like, like it's like she doesn't want to, but she's giving you back the fan, Shuji.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, well, we certainly can't go around calling you Mr. Hida. We shall leave you all to it. We all have our duties to attend to. But thank you for the very entertaining evening. We'll be sure to see you all very soon, I hope.
Yeah. See you soon.
They all make their way away, and Sigrid kind of stands, and she offers you all a tired smile and says, again, apologies for the difficulty earlier.
Hey, man. Just, careful.
Of course. I will say, it was most impressive to watch you fight up close.
Impressive use of Mage Hand too. Didn't really think about that being used like that. Nice.
She grins and says, from one magus to another. There's always ways to make your magic work to your advantage.
It's very cool.
Don't I know it?
Everyone, let's return to the Ruby Village. And we'll meet the Raging Twins again very soon, I should hope. And off they pop.
They pop?
Yep, they... And
No!
you guys have some time together. Evening is starting to come. How are you all doing? What's up?
I think Zanku's in a pretty good mood now.
Chuji looks less angry.
Yeah, Masami seems a bit chilled out now.
Did it go well with the people that you talked to?
Yeah. Went really well, actually, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Masami holds up their napkin with a bunch of tactics scribbled on it. They're like, I think it went pretty well.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, it went really well for you.
I have to thank Hiroshi later.
I think we're doing pretty good.
I think so too.
I feel like it's been forever since we've had to do anything except for fight.
I'm not gonna get used to that.
Yeah, well, that's the city for you.
We're just waiting until we get to do the tournament, okay? And then we'll get to
Yeah.
fight a lot more. I promise.
Every day.
I miss it. Today was nice. I didn't want to fight them specifically, but it felt good.
Well, I'm glad that you got to fight.
And
Thank
Chuji
you.
got to talk about his crush on Hao Jin.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
have a crush on Hao Jin! Shut up!
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna pummel you.
No, you won't.
Come here!
Chuji puts
No.
Seiko in a fucking headlock.
I'm being attacked. I suppose I'll just turn into sea foam and return in the morning.
Oh, it's
No!
about time.
So, what do you guys do? Do you guys want to head home and just rest for the rest of the day? Do you guys want to do anything in particular with the rest of your evening? What's the plan?
I think they should get food.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you absolutely get food. What kind of food do you get?
Noodle.
Noodle. They get noodles.
Okay, do you all get a nice bowl of noodles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Dice will return after these messages. We now return to Dice Will Roll. You guys make your way into the streets of Goka, and you find a vendor who is selling the most piping hot, delicious fucking soy noodles you have ever had. Holy shit. It's they got some eggs cut up on them. Oh my god, it's great. I will say one thing. You do see a poster on the wall, which is quite startling.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wanted poster.
A wanted poster.
Okay.
4?
For?
Well, the damnedest thing, it's for these two tieflings.
Oh, god damn it!
Oh my god.
Now they're gonna be trouble.
Lord Ryong and Lady Yi, wanted with a reward of 5,000 gold each.
Masami inspects the flyer. There should be like a date of when it was printed.
It's today.
Wait, did they escape?
How the fuck?
Great.
They're in the Empress's custody. Like,
You must just be really good at escaping.
her guards should have been able to handle that, right?
Well, her
Then-
guards aren't completely infallible.
I think maybe this is on purpose.
What do you mean?
I mean, we just came back from kind of a trickery, didn't we? I wouldn't put it past Haojin to, test everyone again.
I don't know if she'd do that.
I
I didn't think she'd set dragons on us.
Or open a portal to clay men from another dimension, I suppose.
Yeah, it's probably another test.
I just think it's weird because they tried to kill her, and presumably they're gonna continue trying to do that.
Yeah, but she didn't seem too fussed about it, and they did kind of a shit job.
She got better much
That's
quickly.
because
She did get
That's
better
because-
really quickly because she's really cool.
It's because, yeah, she just doesn't. I don't know if she. I don't even know if she can die.
Oh yeah, she's immortal.
we might.
That's a long time to
I
live.
feel like we
Yeah.
might need a fifth head on this one. They're counting Lolo on this.
Lolo blinks one eye at a time.
Masami takes the wanted poster. Should we go talk to Hiroshi about this?
I think that'd be a good
He
idea.
is the smartest man that I know.
And if we catch them, that's 5,000
It's
gold
5,000 gold.
each.
We did take them down.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, we did take them down earlier. So,
Yeah, and we're even stronger now. Senku, you know when you like lift your arms to flex, Senku does that. I'm pretty strong. I could lift a box.
Wow.
Fuck you, Juji.
So
I'm bloody strong.
Masami, you know that it's kind of dangerous to go to Hiroshi's at night
yeah.
because it's not in the best part of town, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um,
They might wait until tomorrow to do it, just because here's the thing. If a Ruby tournament fucking competitor went in to see in the neighborhood of where like the Golden League probably more than likely hangs around to see a high-ranking Golden League member, that's not good.
no, it's not a great look, especially considering the last Ruby Phoenix tournament.
No, so I think they take the one person and they go, okay, so we are going to see Hiroshi. However, not tonight.
Alright.
This place is...
Sanku, have you ever heard of criminals?
Of course I have. I
This
stopped them.
place is close by the family. If we, Ruby Phoenix competitors, finalists at that, are seen in an area where they very much know who he is and his connection to me during the Ruby Phoenix tournament, it's not gonna end well for us or him or the Golden League, and he's gonna pay for it, but with the family. We are gonna pay for it by our reputations and probably everybody else.
Perhaps we need disguises.
What?
We can buy disguise. There's disguises in the never-ending marketplace. We could go there and buy some disguises.
You want to play fucking dress
My
up?
brother in Christ, I can shapeshift.
All right, but I can't. I'm just a fucking dragon.
You hide in a bag.
I was turning into
Actually,
a fucking
you know what the worst
bat.
part? You know what the worst part is?
What?
Sanku can literally make him transform in the morning into a person.
Oh my god.
man.
You're familiar.
He's gonna be a grandpa?
He nods and he's like, perhaps actually.
Oh my god, Lolo.
Regardless, do you guys want to make your way back to your place and get some rest?
Yeah.
Okay. So all of you head to bed in the Ruby Village and get some sleep. Morning comes, and we are back in the City of Wonders. You're kind of like leaving the house, and you see, Tino's toughest are excitedly chatting away with Speakers to the Wind, and the city awaits. Are you intending to head down to the HQ first thing in the morning? Do you want to do something else and go in the evening? What's the plan?
Well, they wanted to avoid going in during the evening because of the area that it's in.
Yeah.
So we could go in the morning.
Yeah. Unless you guys had like another idea.
No.
Oh,
I
Snake doesn't have anything else to do. At least not yet.
Okay. Well, to get to... So, here's the fun part. It's not particularly easy to get to where he is. Obviously.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
The man's made precautions, yeah.
To get to his place, you're going to need to go to the Never-Ending Market. And
Okay.
the market that you arrive in is fucking sprawling. There are tents and bazaars and little, like, shops everywhere. There's, like, clashing smells in the air. There's, like, garlic and cinnamon and, like, cooked meat. There are shopkeepers of all kinds. You know, however, Masami, that to get to Hiroshi, you will need to go beyond the Never-Ending Market. Or perhaps I should say, beneath it. Over the last 4,000 years of its existence, Goka has built an extensive network of buried chambers that stretch beneath the city and even under Zuhong Bay, known as the Undermarket. The deeper one travels into the Undermarket, the more dangerous it gets, as the black markets and illegal dwellings give way to cult cathedrals, haunted catacombs, and worse. And beyond even this lies a series of caverns that link to the Darklands directly, a hidden community known only as the Deep Market. You don't need to go that deep. You have to enter the Undermarket and stop a little bit before you get to crazy demon cult of flesh-wearing Oni, which is a thing you might have to deal with. A little bit before you get to that, you know? Undermarket, the criminal part, not the crazy part. You know that there's a couple of shops which have back doors that lead into the city. Most notably, your contact, Faye, the weapons crafter, is also a information broker and specifically a door into the Golden League HQ.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you guys can jump right into the Golden League HQ, or you can do a little bit of shopping, because you do have a lot to sell as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean...
I think selling is
Yeah.
awesome. Selling and buying things.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 birds with 1 stone. Get information, sell some shit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there are many, many, many stores that you can visit. You know that if you want to sell a lot of stuff, you're probably going to need to find a pawn shop. But aside from that, alchemicals and potions, clothing, armor, magic, weapons, and the unknown. You can all find whatever kind of shops you'd like. So, everyone, what's the plan? What are you going to do?
I think first they should probably sell their stuff, because then they can spend
Yeah.
their money.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to find a pawnbroker?
Yeah.
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 Okay. You do some investigating and you find a fellow to deal with. Their name is, the name of their store is Glimmerfang de Welties, Pawnbroker and Merchant. You make your way inside and it is a Azamar kobold with glowing yellow eyes. And as you kind of like push into, like past the beads, he perks up and says, "Welcome, welcome everyone! I am Glimmerfang, and I wish to buy your treasures for bargain prices. What have you to give me today?"
Lots.
"Oh, wonderful!"
Stuff.
He starts fucking pulling out bags of gold excitedly. So, what are you going to sell him? You can drag any items that you want to sell onto his sheet if you double-click him and then go into your own inventory.
Oh, I love him.
Shuji puts down a gem and is like, "How much can I get for this elemental gem?" And it's earth.
He picks up this thing and says, "I will give you 200 gold for this."
Sold.
Okay. Everyone else, what kind of stuff are you all going to throw into to sell?
Sanku can't use a buckler, So I was gonna sell. I think I took this to sell.
Oh yes, the silver. It's made of silver, so it's gonna go for a nice price.
Senku's like, well, I found this.
Oh my. Oh yes, I'll definitely pay a good price for this.
How much for it?
5,000 gold.
Sold. Senku's like, yeah, here you go.
Okay. And what about the rest of you? I'm sure you've got like lots and lots of little small things you can throw away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Senku's like, I also found, and he like digs through his bag. He's like dug his hand way too deep because it's literally in the the bag of holding. Mm-hmm. And he pulls out. He's like, I found this rune, but none of us can really use it.
1,400 gold for that.
So.
I have this thing. I don't really want it.
What is it?
It's Phylactery of Faithfulness.
Ooh, yes, please, give me. 680 gold for that, my friend.
Alright.
Antique Auroran swords.
Ah, yes, I'll give you 500 gold for these swords.
Ah, cool.
What about the holy prayer beads?
He kind of looks at him. 1,400 gold.
Damn.
Alright.
Is there anything else, or are you all finished?
I think that's it.
Let
I
me.
don't really have anything else to give you.
Are you sure? Perhaps.
Not that I want to give you. Creep.
Fine. He looks through and says, for all of these treasures, I can give you 9,180 gold.
Jesus.
Oh,
Divided between 3 of you, that would be approximately 3,000 gold each.
Nice.
Does this sound doable by all of you?
Yeah.
Excellent! Come back anytime if you have more treasures to sell.
Sure.
Thanks.
Okay, well, would you like to purchase more treasures from the other shops?
I'd like to get some treasure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any particular treasures that you're all looking for?
Senku's always looking for spells and scrolls and stuff.
Okay. Well, I think after a little bit of searching, you find a shop which is selling a lot of scrolls. Madame Ibn Ali's Scrollmongers.
Okay.
Do you want to make your way into this tent?
Sure.
Okay. So the woman that you meet is an interesting figure. She is a... you recognize that she is a Wayang, which is a very, like, tin, kind of gangly type of creature. They're, like, short and lean, with, like, very pale gray blue skin, long arms and long noses and ears. In the real world, Wayangs are an Indonesian shadow puppet thing. But in Golarion, they are in fact actual people who do look quite like the shadow puppets.
Cool.
And they are descended from the plane of shadows, smiley face. While Sanku is doing this, the rest of you can look around and figure out what you'd like to visit. As you enter Sanku, it's very, everything's like purple and silky, and there's like incense burning, and she looks up at you and says, well, welcome to my store. I have many scrolls to sell today. How may I help you? And Lolo on your shoulder, Sanku, says, Sanku, did she say she sells scrolls?
Yes.
You must purchase scrolls.
You really want to eat them, don't you?
If you feed me scrolls, Sanku, I will teach you their magic.
Okay,
I
hold on.
want to eat the scrolls.
Let me look at the scrolls before I just start buying things. Senku's like, okay, let me look at your list of... at the stuff you got. He starts looking at the stuff you got.
So you can't use level 9 spells yet, but you can access all other scroll levels. And there's a few very interesting ones, like Monstrosity Form, Implosion, Storm of Vengeance, etc., etc. If there's any that you're interested in just by name, Lola will tell you what they do.
Senku's like, dragon form? Let's turn me into a dragon like you.
Yes, Sanku, if you were to cast Dragon Form, it would give you a battle form, a powerful way to make yourself a melee combatant. Of course, it would also give you a powerful breath weapon, which would allow you to take on many people at once. And not to forget the fly speed, although you specifically already have a way to fly if needs be.
I do. Senku's like, can I get the scroll of dragon form here?
Yes, you can. Here you go. And she gives you in like a little vellum case a scroll of dragon form.
Thank you. Is there anything else is there anything you think I should get, Lolo? A spell specifically that you want instead of just telling me to get them all?
Well, Sanku, Acid Storm would be quite thematic and give you acid damage, which you cannot presently do.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes, I agree.
Can I get that one too?
Yes. Acid Storm coming right up, 150 gold.
Thank you.
Any further scrolls you'd like to buy?
I think I'm okay for now, but I'll probably be back.
Wonderful. Well, if you ever need more scrolls, come to Madame Ibnali.
I will.
Chuji and Masami, have either of you found a store that you'd like to visit?
I'm so fucking curious about this little leshy fuck.
Are you interested in Satsumaimo the Generous?
Why? Yeah. Why has he got a ... question mark in parentheses?
Yeah, so as you stand outside this store, you can't, like, it's a weird little tent. It's not very big, and there's no indication as to what they're selling.
I want to look at it.
You want to visit? Okay.
I kind of want to visit Satsumaimo.
Yeah, Satsumaimo the Generous. No relation to Ellen.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
As you enter into the little tent, the Leshy that is inside is an interesting character. They kind of look like a yam.
Lufa.
And around their neck, they've got like a collar of petals, and growing from their head is like a dandelion. And they kind of look like, imagine a yam was a slug standing on two legs.
I love it.
They're wearing like a long red dress, and as you come in, it's a mostly empty little store. And this Satsumaimo the Generous looks up at you and says, "Hello.
Oh my god. Hi.
You have come here seeking mysterious wares. I can give you mysterious wares. Would you like to purchase some mysterious wares? No refunds."
Oh my god.
Some mysterious wares, please.
Would you like some mysterious
Son of a
wares?
bitch.
Yes, I would like some mysterious wares.
We have 3 mysterious wares.
What are the wares? Tell me about your wares, please.
We have the Ring of Lies.
What does it do?
While wearing it, lies act differently.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That's
do
crazy.
you want to make an Arcana check?
It's a flat check, but sure.
Or Occultism will work too.
Okay, that's better. That's gonna be a 34.
Okay, so you know that a Ring of Lies, when you wear them, you have a +2 to all your deception checks, and once per day, if you snap your hand, if you snap your fingers on the hand that's wearing the ring, you can cast glibness on yourself, which makes it extremely hard for people to tell when you're lying.
How very glib.
No, stop that. Stop that.
I'm sorry.
We then have a greater clandestine cloak.
What does that one do?
I don't remember.
What do you're fucking selling it.
This cloak will keep you away from the heat of conversation.
You mean I won't have to talk to people if I wear it?
Yeah, do you want to roll an occultism check?
Yeah. I fucking love this NPC. That's a 31.
31? Yeah, so you know that clandestine cloaks, basically, when you wear them, you blend into any crowd.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You cast non-detection on yourself for 8 hours, or until you take the hood off.
Damn.
A clandestine cloak to keep you away from the heat of conversation.
That's really interesting. Actually, I think I'll probably tell Masami about these.
And lastly, the hand wraps
Yeah?
of dazzling blows.
Oh, what do those do?
They act like hand wraps of mighty blows. But when you wear them, when you punch hard enough, flashes of light will blind and dazzle the foe.
That sounds really good, actually. How much is it?
That one is a 350 gold.
Oh my god.
Okay, so when you punch someone, it's gonna like dazzle them for like a round or something?
Yeah,
Like-
probably. That seems to be what she's saying, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. I think actually I'm gonna get those.
Here, I'll go ahead and take those hand wraps, man. Just hand them over. And...
Gold for Satsumaimo! Satsumaimo the Generous will take your gold. No refunds.
No refunds?
None. By taking
Okay.
this item, you solemnly swear to never ask Satsumaimo for refunds.
What happens if I do?
We won't be friends anymore.
We're friends?
We're friends, and friends don't ask friends for refunds.
I guess that's true. Cool.
Shuji just fucking places the gold on the table.
Satsumaimo gladly takes it, and you get hand wraps of dazzling blows. So basically, when you crit on you won't be doing your persistent fire damage on a crit, but apparently some cool light stuff will happen when you punch people up with a crit. Thankfully, because you already have Stoke Flame Sense, you'll probably be setting people on fire anyway.
Okay.
So you gonna use those?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, you've got some hand wraps of dazzling blows.
Fuck yeah.
And Satsumaimo grins and says, "Good luck on your travels, adventurer."
Oh, yeah, thanks. Cool.
Cool shop. Thanks. Bye. They fucking leave.
Yeah, did you like that shit?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Masami, have you found anything?
I think Masami's is a little torn between a couple of places.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically for only a couple live items.
Okay. Well, you can get all of them. You can, go to multiple shops if you want to. I just won't roleplay them as intensely as Satsumaimo the Generous.
That is fair. Because Masami is looking at both the tools and weapons shops.
Okay. So you're looking at the tools of Quan La Harako and Jean Pong's weapon services.
Yes.
So you make your way into the first store, the store of Tools of Quan La Harako. And Quan La herself is a kitsune. You can tell very quickly when you enter. She's not from Minkai. She seems to be from Hwangol, the fancy Korea.
Okay.
And she kind of smiles at you as you enter, and she says, "Greetings. How may I help you today, my friend? Welcome to Tools of Quan La Harako. Any tools you need, I supply."
Thank you. I was actually looking at one of your signets here.
Ah, the Shadow Signet?
That one exactly.
Yes, well, the Shadow Signet, she says, picking it up. And it's a ring. It's made of obsidian. And she smiles and says, "When you wear this, it'll warp your spells through the shadow plane, allowing them to strike directly at a target's body. You won't need to worry about armor or encumbrance. If you hit, you hit. The only question is, will they be fast enough to dodge? So, with a Shadow Signet, this is actually considered one of the meta items in Pathfinder, so nice. I can count on you to catch it. The Shadow Signet, as a free action, when you make a spell attack roll against armor class, you choose their Fortitude or Reflex DC instead. Now that can be extremely good if you, because like spell attack rolls can be a little hit or miss, lol.
Yes.
This would let you say, fuck hitting AC, I'm going to either hit their Fortitude or their Reflex, which can be extremely helpful.
Yeah.
So, let's say you saw some big dude in heavy armor, and you're like, my spell's not getting through this guy's armor, but he's slow as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Much more likely to hit. So are you interested in that?
Absolutely.
That'll be 1,000 gold pieces, if you can afford it.
Oh, I can afford that, trust me.
And she gives you the ring, and you can add that to your sheet. And she smiles and says, will that be all?
Yeah, I think that's all.
Wonderful. Have a lovely day now. Bye-bye.
You too.
And you're then going to move to Juan Pong's Weapon Services?
Yes.
Okay. This one is actually out in the open. It's like a large bench area with weapon stands everywhere and a few striking dummies. And Saranyu Zhuanpong is a Ifrit. They are a dark-skinned humanoid in gold armor with long curling horns, and their hair is made completely of fire. And they stand near several of the weapons that are all around, and they see you approaching and says, anything you're interested in? Like, skipping all formalities.
Your runes, actually. Dancing and spell storing.
Oh, yes. Both of those are particularly powerful runes. Applying a dancing rune to a weapon will allow it to move on its own, fighting of its own accord. A spell storing rune, on the other hand, will allow you to spend a minute to cast a spell of 3rd level or lower into your weapon, and then, later on, expel the spell from that sword.
So in your opinion, for a Magus per se, spell storing is probably the stronger option?
It depends. If you carry many weapons around with you,
Masami points out their waist that has 2 different whips, basically 2 comma at their hip, and then like tucked with the their waist strap is the Chokuto. So they're like, I mean, yeah.
You can spend 2 actions to cause your weapon to start dancing and attack at the same time, essentially upping your DPS. It also has a fly speed of 40 feet, meaning it's very easy for the weapon to mobilize around the field. Of course, I have other tools as well. I can see that you're a fan of swords. We have the Blade of 4 Energies, a +2 greater striking shifting Chokuto, is formed of rapidly vibrating air and magical energy. And once per round, you can give yourself either the corrosive, flaming, frost, or shock rune chosen randomly. And once per day, cast Acid Arrow, Fireball, Conical, or Lightning Bolt for free as a 5th level spell, also chosen randomly.
Masami raises their eyebrow like, okay, so you pointed my direction to completely something else. I see how this is going.
Yeah, you can see a small smile crossing his face. He wants you to spend as much money as possible. There's also the Skyrider Katana.
Might be a bit above my pay grade right now, but tell me more.
When you hold this greater striking shock katana in the air, magic will allow you to chop through the air and fly around after it. So basically, this is a sword that you could, like, slice around, and then, like, you slice through the air so fast that it gives you a fly speed as the sword pulls you around. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And while riding the sword, you can ride your weapon into a foe, attacking it as you fly past. As a 2-action thing, you fly, attack, and then continue flying.
I see.
There's even more, like the Storming Huando, the Buzzsaw Fu, the Guando of the Artist. I'm sure if you make more money, you'll be able to come back to me at any point.
Oh, believe me, I might. I think for right now, I'm going to go with the dancing rune.
I see. And he pulls out the runestone and looks at you and says, and which weapon would you like to have the dancing rune cast upon?
They take out their Kusarigama.
Ooh, okay. So this is the kama attached to a long chain, right?
Yes.
Okay, very, very nice. He puts down the Kusarigama and kind of applies a long, the runestone kind of along the handle, and he starts it's like he's almost sanding it, but as he's sanding it with this runestone, it's leaving behind like magical impressions on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he pulls back and he taps the Kusarigama, and it like kind of levitates up into the air like a snake.
Oh, that's perfect.
Twists in the air, and he grins and says, "There you are. And you now have a dancing Kusarigama.
Fuck yeah.
2,700 gold."
They pop down their pouch.
And this person takes it and smiles and says, "Excellent. Come back anytime."
Oh, I will be.
And with that, you guys are all able to meet up and speak with each other a little bit about what you bought.
I think I made a friend.
You made a friend.
I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, I got these new wraps, look.
Oh, hey, nice.
They look like the old ones, except they've got kind of like a holographic effect on them. They're like rainbowy colored.
Sick, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They're like dazzling, and they like fake punch, like just so they don't fucking hit anyone, and it like sparks light, I guess, a little bit.
When you punch, there's like a flash of light, and it actually almost hurts a little bit to look at. You're like, oh fuck.
Ah.
Oh. Yep, that could be really useful, especially in a getaway.
Oh yeah.
I got scrolls.
Yes.
I'm going to eat all of them.
He is gonna eat all of them. I actually have I had a scroll. I forgot. I was gonna give it to you later, anyways.
Yes, feed me, Sanku. I'm so hungry for scrolls.
Like right now?
Not in public, goodness.
Oh my god.
I don't want to make a fool of myself out here. And you, Masami,
Right.
what did you
Okay.
purchase? Your pockets look especially light now. What have you purchased?
Well, first they hold up the shadow signet.
Yeah, I think as you hold it up, there's kind of like this weird black energy like circling around it. And he's like, whoa, freaky!
Thematic, right?
Yes, very.
Yep. If I cast a spell, I can use this to hit them directly rather than from their armor.
Ah, passing no clipping, as it were.
Yeah.
I think that's a term in this universe.
It is. I made it now.
Okay. And you might want to stand back for this next one.
Sanku, take 5 steps back, please.
Okay.
Should you backstep?
Masami takes out their Kusarigama and tosses it up and activates the dancing room.
The Kusarigama kind of does a little twist in the air and catches itself, and it turns into a snake. Well, not literally into a snake, but it starts moving through the air like a snake, slithering around.
Huh.
Dancing room.
Whoa. Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, that weapons dude has a lot of cool shit. I think I might go back at some point. I'm poor now, though.
Oh yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I'm probably gonna end up going back to that scrolls lady. I think getting more spells is fun.
What were we here for again? I hear there's an auction later in the week. We'll have to come to that, won't we?
Oh, we're here to look.
yeah.
We're going into some. I don't really know about all that other stuff. What, Masami, you know? What are we here for?
Really?
Or, like, how do we get to the place that we're going?
Well,
Why are we in the market to do
I
that?
don't know if you guys met Faye, actually.
No, I don't know. Is that the just based on where we are? Is that the lady that you talked to at the
Stone Market?
at the stone market?
Very
Yeah.
same.
Oh, we're gonna meet a friend of Masami.
Yes, you guys
Fuck
get to meet
yeah.
a friend of my past.
I'm gonna embarrass you.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I
You
promise.
can sure try. Lord knows I've embarrassed myself in front of her.
Oh my god, what have you done?
I mean, she has seen me fight for Hiroshi at some point when we fought each other.
Oh,
I can't. Well, are you gonna fight Hiroshi?
I mean,
Are we gonna see you fight Hiroshi?
I mean, if you guys want me to spar with him while we talk, because we all know
That'd be
that
cool.
my attention span would be hyper focused in, but he can still talk during a fight against me. So
Wow. Well,
again, when you have him as a teacher, you know to be humble. There is no room for having an ego when he is your teacher.
I don't know what being humble is. I'm kidding. I know what it is.
I don't.
Well,
All right, Chuji.
do you care to fight him one-on-one?
Ooh.
yeah. I'll beat the shit out of your old man.
All right.
Do you guys want to make your way towards Faye and make your way into the Undercity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to find disguises first?
Yeah, Masami's like, wait, before
Probably.
we do, we might want to... We are all very noticeable and kind of well-known. Me
Oh,
especially
well,
in
then
this
I'll
area
just-
because I frequent this fucking place.
that's true.
There's also like posters and like billboards showing like the Ruby Phoenix tournament coming soon, with like pictures of you guys' faces starting to pop up around the city. So
Yeah.
I can't really stop being an Undyne, but I don't have to be wearing this.
Sanku, is it time?
Okay, you're making it dramatic, but yeah, it's time.
Sanku, transform!
And then it's not really transform so much as it is he's untransforming. He's just got casual clothes on, and he's slightly less sparkly.
That's right,
That is-
everyone. Sanku's outfit this entire time has been an illusion.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's really funny, actually.
What is he wearing? What is his actual outfit?
He's got very. I don't think that he's like wearing like poofy sleeves.
Yeah, he's
and-
not like a magical boy.
frills.
He's a person.
But I've just been imagining it as just like something that like a guy who lives in like a fishing village would wear. Just
Yeah,
regular.
It's pretty plain, all things considered.
Yeah.
You don't
Just-
have
it's-
you don't have your crown. You don't have your nice little boots. You're just like, yeah, you're a
He's got,
fisherman.
he's got sandals on.
Yeah, you got sandals. You've got like, even your prosthetic is like less holographic and cool looking.
It still moves just the same. It's
yeah.
just less sparkly.
Yeah,
Basically, he himself, like his body and hair, all of that's the same because Senku looks like that because he's blue. But
Never die.
all right, Ritz.
Who's green, he would die.
But his clothes are more brown and plain blues. Because I think that blue is just a color that he wears. Where he's like, "Is this okay? I can't not be blue."
You might need to wear a hood or something, or like a scarf to cover your face. But
I've
and his
got
horns. He still has
and
horns.
your horn, you
I've got
have horns.
tall horns though.
Yeah.
Do tall horns.
He sort of bumps them against Masami.
Lolo floats away and he comes back a few seconds later and he's got a comical hat. Like the big coney ones. And he says, "This
Like
should
those.
cover up your horns."
Okay. Where'd you get that? Did you spend money on that? Did you
No,
steal that?
I did not spend money on it.
Where did you get it?
So you stole it.
Probably only cost a few silver.
Masami
Come
goes
on.
in the direction of where Lolo got it, locates the fucking hat shop, and puts a few
Yeah.
silver on the counter.
It's this fucking old lady Tengu who's like basically blind. She's like, "Huh? Who's there?"
Spying a hat, ma'am.
Oh,
Here's your silver. Thank you.
He stole from an old lady!
Oh
Lolo.
my god.
Lolo, please, you're trying to not attract attention.
we wouldn't attract attention. That old lady couldn't even see me.
Oh my god.
You can't commit thievery!
That's...
It's a little bit funny.
I love that in episode 1, Lolo was like, "You can't swear, that's not okay," and now he's like, "I love stealing."
I think he still also doesn't want people to swear.
His priorities are a
Sea
little
dragons
whack.
are chaotic good. Sea dragons are chaotic good, and chaotic good is like some stealing is okay.
Stealing is okay when it's funny.
Yeah. So you've got the hat doesn't fit perfectly, Senku, but it does hide your face mostly. So you're blend in, I think. I'll count this as a disguise. Masami, you can transform straight up, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you're gonna do?
The way that change shape works for Masami is that if your heritage doesn't list a form, your ultimate form is the tailless form, which is a common medium humanoid ancestry prevalent to where you grew up, typically human. Form is the same age and body type as your true form and has roughly analogous physical traits such as hair color. So, the thing about Masami's hybrid shape right now is that it's basically the human form of their fox form. So, what they can actually do is completely shift to being like fully Minato.
Okay, so you're not like your eyes are human. You don't have the foxtails anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Your teeth are a little less sharp.
Mm-hmm.
You've got less of the uncanny look. You just look like a normal human person.
Yeah, so their Minato form is actually black, like short hair, like
Okay.
crew cut, short hair, brown eyes, and they look extremely androgynous.
Ooh, I love it. Okay. You still have the same outfit, so you're gonna need to like quickly
Yeah, they're gonna have to
pick up
change,
like
but
a coat. You go to the old lady and she's asleep, and you just leave some silver on her desk and buy
yeah,
coats.
they go for a coat that isn't part of their usual colors, which I think in this case they'll pick like probably a marsh green.
Yeah, a nice. It's a nice one. It looks good on you.
Yeah.
Shuji, how are you disguising?
I cast invisibility.
How long does invisibility last?
10 minutes.
I think that would work for long enough to get you in. That's extremely funny. Sure. So you tell everyone you're going to cast invisibility before you go in, and Lolo's like, "All right, everyone. Now watch this." Hooah! And he pops, and in a burst of bubbles, an old man stands up in front of you all. He is Minato. He's got a stupid little smile, long whiskers. He's also got like a similar hat to you, Senku, Salako, which is a rice hat.
Oh yeah.
And he's got he's got very blue robes. He does look like frighteningly similar to like a farmer from Minato. Like it's actually like the fact that he's no longer a little dragon, as in fact just some old fisherman, is quite distressing.
Has Senku seen that before?
You tell me. You have been able to do this, but like, is this something that Senku has done with Lolo before?
I mean, I don't know if they've needed to, and I don't know if Lolo would have just done it for fun.
Okay.
I don't know.
So this might be a new thing that Senku's never seen Lolo do then.
Senku blinks and he's like, "How long could you do that?"
Well, you didn't ask me to until today.
How would I have known?
Senku, we did activity sheets about my familiar abilities.
I definitely pay attention to them.
I believe you.
He did not pay that much attention to them.
Lolo beams and he says, "Well now, everyone, are we going to make our way into the Undercity?"
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All four of you. A totally normal Minato person. A young man and his grandfather. Sorry, a totally normal Minkayan person. A young man and his grandfather from a fishing village. And absolutely no one at all. Make your way towards a familiar-looking weapons crafter, preparing to slip into the Undercity that lies beneath Goka. This episode of Dice Will Roll would not have been possible without the support of our patrons. Dasha Clancy, Ari Graham, Giratina, Nex, Minty Belmont, Anna and Hopi, GP Dora, Marshmallow Berry, Sarissa, Ferric Falcon, Luis Loza, Aries, Alexander Criswell, Skyly, Blurst Hellion, Kendra West, Ren, Ginly Tricked, Transgirl Trish, Platonic, Bal Punyan, Johnny the Catman, Matthew Wilson Krasnovich, Tillen Shark, Fearin, Glitch HD, Jace Snooks, Zenith Drums, Josh Heathcote, Torbjorn, Sophie Valera, G Barbera, Luke, Gideon, Sarah B, Seth, Ravona Darkglow, Dolore, Kira, Lichlo, Gizmo, Matthew, Cass, Vale McElduff, Ava, Chris Lutman, Remty Bright, Lonesome Chunk, Steph, Sean C, Natasha Lumley, Rhiannon C, Ellie, Jenna Mitchell, Kane Kendrick, Triceratops, Grey Kitsune, Anna Maria, Roxy, Jordan, Cynical Spinstress, Emlyn Aderna, John DeBoker, SS66 Seeker, and Dame Valerie III. Special thanks to the patrons who had cameos in this episode. Sigrid Beale by Kendra West, Bjorn Ramel by Seth, and Kel Pashar by John the Bookworm. If you'd like to see what you can get for helping us keep it rolling, check out patreon.com/dicewillroll today!